Stephen Malcolm Ronald Nice, better known by his stage name Steve Harley, was an English singer and songwriter, best known as frontman of the glam rock group Cockney Rebel. He scored 5 UK hit singles with the band in the mid-1970s, including a Judy Teen, Mr. Soft, and the number 1 Make Me Smile. Born February 27, 1951, Deptford, United Kingdom. Died March 17, 2024, age 73 years. Music group, Steve Harley and Cockney Rebel since 1972. Instruments, vocals, guitar, harmonica. Steve Harley net worth $120 million. Steve Harley. Early life. Harley was born in 1951 in Deptford, London, the second of 5 children. His father was a milkman and his mother a semi-professional jazz singer. During the summer of 1953, Harley contracted polio, causing him to spend 4 years in hospital between the ages of 3 and 16. He underwent 2 major surgeries in 1963 and 1966. After recovering from the first operation at the age of 12, Harley was introduced to the poetry of T.S. Eliot and D.H. Lawrence, the prose of John Steinbeck, Virginia Woolf and Ernest Hemingway, and the music of Bob Dylan, which inspired him to a career of words and music. From the age of 9, Harley began taking classical violin lessons and would later play as part of his grammar school orchestra. Age 10, he began learning the guitar after receiving a Spanish nylon-strung guitar from his parents at Christmas. Harley was a pupil at Edmund Waller Primary School in New Cross, London. He then attended Haberdashers' Aske's Hatcham Boys' Grammar School until he was 17. He left school without completing his advanced level exams. Personal life. Harley lived in North Essex with his wife, Dorothy, whom he married at Marylebone Register Office in February 1981. They have 2 children, Kerr and Greta. In 1991, the pair celebrated their 10th anniversary with a wedding blessing ceremony at their local church in Belchamp Otten, Essex. Harley was involved in racehorse ownership from 1984, and racing became his main pastime until his death in 2024. In December 2023, Harley announced on his website that he was battling cancer. On March 17, 2024, it was announced that Harley had died at the age of 73. His daughter Greta said he passed away peacefully at home. Career. In 1968, at the age of 17, Harley began his first full-time job, working as a trainee accountant with the Daily Express, despite having gained only 24% in his mock O-level maths exam. From there he progressed to become a reporter. After being interviewed by several newspaper editors, Harley signed to train with Essex County newspapers. Over 3 years, Harley worked at the Essex County Standard, the Braintree and Witham Times, the Malden and Burnham Standard and the Colchester Evening Gazette. He later returned to London to work for the East London Advertiser, YLA. Unwilling to write up a story about a woman who had inadvertently taken 2 tins of food from a shop, Harley determined to get sacked, an objective he achieved by not wearing a tie and growing his hair long. Among many of Harley's peers who went on to gain successful careers in national journalism were John Blake and Richard Madeley. The latter took over Harley's desk at the ELA in 1972. Harley started his musical career playing in bars and clubs in 1971, mainly at folk venues on open mic nights. He sang at Les Cousins, Bungees and the Troubadour on nights featuring John Martin, Ralph McTell, Martin Carthy and Julie Felix, who were all popular musicians within the London folk movement of the time. In 1971, he auditioned for the folk band Odin as rhythm guitarist and co-singer, which was where he met Jean-Paul Crocker, who would become the first Cockney Rebel violinist. Harley began busking around London in 1972, including on the Underground and in Portobello Road, whilst also writing songs. After the folk scene proved not to be his preference, he formed the band Cockney Rebel in late 1972 as a vehicle for his own work.